in the world of toys, boxings and museums, reviews and reviews. Tasting in the world of toys, boxings and museums, reviews and reviews. Tasting in the world of toys. You found your allegiance when you got your affections. You find emotions into a magic world. And today, for the first time ever, in my show, I have one of the co-hosts of the legendary Mythic show, Legion's Lair. So please welcome the one and the only Michael Casper. So for the first time ever in my show, Mike, too many guests at the same times, but because the song is just for Mike, so I put in the back room, I removed some guests. So the start was unpredictable because we start with Mike, but there is other guys at the show. We are just me and you. But Mike, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Good. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I am excited to be in the world of toys.
Yeah, because the world of toys is a word to escape about the real life problems, to go in touch once again with the child inside of us, because I think it's really important to everybody to don't forget that we were a child. If you still a little bit child, also in your adult age, you still in contact with the magic of the life. What do you think about it, my friend?
Yeah, that's exactly the way I think about it. Our hobby here in action figure collecting or toy collecting is a way for us to escape our current reality, kind of like go into their worlds and just take stress off.
Yeah, absolutely.
And go back into our childhood, back into the nostalgia. Now I hear some bells. That's the church next to you?
Isn't
there a castle next to you also?
Absolutely, because I live in a place in North Italy, and there is a beautiful place that you can see something also in the location in my Mythic Legion song video clip that I did with Shartimus Prime back in the day, back in 2021 probably. And there is, in front of me, there is a church, a medieval church. In the other side, there is a medieval castle, and on the back, because the background obviously is just a background, there is a window, there is a forest there. So it's a pretty nice place to get inspiration and also to stay away to the city, whatever, because as a writer, I need the nature. The nature is really important to have your balance, give you the balance, no? The nature. But speaking the balance, I think that every time I can't see you alone without your counterpart, because you have a beautiful counterpart, an amazing guest. And once again, I'm still grateful when about the show that you give, about your episode of your show with me, I believe 2 years ago, also because you are the only one that dedicated one episode just for me. So for that, I still have a big credit. I'm happy to have you back. Also to say once again, thank you for that episode. That was wild. I was wild. It was fun in the same
Well,
time. So
thank you for coming on that episode. We had a great time. Now, when we're talking about the Legion's Lair, I've said this several times. I am the one on the show that kind of keeps the show going, keeps the show on track, and gets us in and out. But the show is the next individual that you're going to bring on this episode of your show. So let's hit it.
let's do it. You found your mic. If you got your bread, you find your legion's lair with bread. Bread is like a Viking from the north with a big sword, ready to fight against every evil monster like the new characters revealed in the brand new wave of Mythic Legions. So welcome back, Brad Jones. Welcome back to my show, Brad.
Yes. Yes. Thank you,
There we
Mr.
go.
Allen. Thank you. Thank you for bringing me back. I appreciate it. This is an honor. Of course, I had to bring the sword back. That's right.
How many orc did you kill it with that sword, man?
I don't know if I can tell. I don't know if I can tell. But it's a lot. It's a lot.
We should have that as a question in the hot seat.
How
on
many
the lair.
orcs do you think Broder of Bjorngard gets?
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Both of you, I think you have the privilege to have a tribute figure. Tell me something about this experience, guys.
Brad,
Oh. Mike, you want me to go first?
I do.
It is such an honor. Mike touched on this a little bit on our show a couple weeks ago or last week. Nobody's really owed this. I feel like nobody's deserving of it. You know what I mean? It's just one of them things. But at the same time, you always dream of it, and then when it happens to you, it's unspeakable. And I don't even have it in hand yet. And I think that's what I was trying to explain to Jesse Arnold, who just got his, and Curtis. It's definitely once I get it in hand, I think it'll just be even more magical. Because that's when the story begins, is when I actually have it in hand. I think so. I'm very excited. I'm so blessed that the Four Horsemen were able to do that for me and Mike, and for everyone else who got a tribute figure. But I thank them, and I knight them, Four Horsemen. I knight them for giving me tribute figures, and I knight Mr. Allen right on this show because he is the best. That is right.
Thank you so much. Mike?
Very, very emotional.
True.
I can't thank Four Horsemen Studios enough for thinking about Brad and I and the Legion's Lair while doing that. I said once or a lot of times that no one deserves a tribute like this. But this company is so close to its fans, cares so much for its fans, that they want to do stuff like this. And once again, can't thank them enough. We are blessed. And it was a top thrill, without a doubt. Thank you, Four Horsemen Studios. You made Emircast bars last few years with that, for sure.
Awesome. And now let's them introduce to another guest that has actually he has in his hands his tribute figure. So let's introduce a legend in this community. Let's do it. If you know the cabal, there is a guy, there is a myth, wow, yeah, he's a legend, oh yeah, you know, because he's the official brand ambassador of Mythic Legions, so please welcome to all. Welcome back to the show, Walter, or Walter the Man. How you doing, man? Welcome back.
Wonderful. Yeah,
So,
how are you? Thank you, Mr.
I'm doing
Allen.
great. I'm very happy to have you back, and I switched the question to you because actually you already have your figure in your hand. Tell me something about this experience when you got for the first time ever your tribute figure in your hand.
Oh man, that was just speechless. I mean, the interview when they did that for me, and the reveal was an emotional day. It was an honor, and I'm gonna say I gotta disagree with Brad and Mike here and say those people that get these tributes, I think, do deserve it, because I say this
Not
politely.
us, the other people. That's what I meant. Not us.
Well, I'd say it politely because I too was one of those that's like I was not expecting and not thinking about it, and when the company and people told me about it, and everybody else, they were just excited, and they were excited for me as much as I was excited, knowing that like these two wonderful people were getting a tribute. Then to see tributes being made for Curtis and Jesse recently, and going back before to where, like, I remember when Jeremy was getting a tribute, and one of the first Legions cons that we had gone to, and then Lord Viteris and all these people there. I honestly think they do deserve it, and these people are just great, fun, entertaining, exciting people to be around. It's amazing to be around those type of people and have the fun just like emanate, just exude from those, to see. I mean, I can see perfectly in front of me when Mike Casper was getting told, sitting in the front row, and Mr. Allen, I wish you were there. I've never seen a happier man cry with excitement and fun, and just and everybody around him knew that it's like, here's a wonderful person to get something like that. And people just were excited for him, and you could see the emotion come over him just as much as I'm gonna ramble about how I did, the same way, where it was just like, it was unexpected and very exciting to receive, just to receive that, just to have somebody acknowledge a lot of the stuff that we do and have done and continue to do for the community and the toy line and for others. Same can be said across the board with everybody in the community. It's just exciting. It's without words. It's hard to describe correctly, and I love seeing those reactions, and I love I love that I was able to like text Curtis, right away and tell him, congratulations. I'm lost of words. It's just it's beyond excitement. It's super fun to see my friends and people that I get to talk to regularly and hang out with once, two, three, four times a year, or see in YouTube pages and things like that that continue to get acknowledged. I mean, it can't be done every single day, but it's amazing that the Horsemen and the studio and Jeremy and everybody at the studio just love the fans as much as they love the line. I'm like I said, I'm rambling and I'm lost for words, but it blows my mind to still I can see that vividly right now. I can see the excitement in Brad's face, and he turns to Mike and he shakes him and he's just like, oh man, look at it, like look at this, and Mike in tears of just like of just
Mike
of
was
sheer
speechless.
bliss. Mike's speechless and in sheer bliss because he knows that this is such an honor, but at the same time you can see him just loving it.
Well,
and then
and
Brad being
they,
crazy, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll continue to ramble.
well, and they did something really special for me. The last probably 3 years of my life has been very hectic with my work situation, and if it weren't for Four Horsemen Studios, where I can use as an escapism from the reality of the stresses I have to go through,
Yep.
I don't know what I would have done. And for them then to make me a part of my favorite character in all of IP, Scapular the Crypt Breaker, they made me part of him. Just wow. I mean, unbelievable that they would think that highly of me to want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm just blessed. And that isn't where it ends. When other people get tribute figures, whether it's Greg, Walter, and the list just keeps on going on,
Yes.
Joe Russo, it's like living the moment all over again. And you get so excited for them. It's just wonderful. It's just a wonderful thing. I'm sorry, Walt.
No, and that's my point. Is it's the sheer excitement, Mr. Allen, where it's a loss for words. It's an overwhelming. It's overwhelming. It's still at times where it's just I had one today where I walked by a car and I gave somebody my business card.
Oh, I saw that.
And I gave that business card to this person 2-3 weeks ago, and it was just such a funny and awkward and just a thankful, humble moment to where they had their car parked and they were there for work at my work, and in the window was my card, and it said Four Horsemen Studios and Walter Hagen, brand ambassador on it. And here it is. And you never think of that type of stuff. You always, I talk to people and I meet lots of people and I give someone and say, well, hey, this is what I do also for the side. And this is my fun. This is my escape. This is my entertainment. And here I'm lucky enough to be employed by Four Horsemen Studios, and I give somebody my card and I say, hey, if you get a chance, this is what I do. And they're like, wow, you get to travel the country and hang out and visit with people and go on YouTube and things like that. And I go, yeah, it's just something I do and it's my fun. And they took my card and they had it in their car window, and I haven't seen them in 2 or 3 weeks, and here they are, still have it in their car window on their dash. Like this is something I need to continue to look at. Here's my friend that I talked to this guy and that type of thing. And I was just really humbled by that, thinking like, you know, you give somebody your card and you never think anything about, like, they might take it, throw it away that day or keep it forever. But here it is, you see it walking by, going to work, and there's your name and the company you get to represent in the window of somebody's car, and they're keeping it to remember or look at something or something that you've done. And at times I forget I get to do that, let alone the fun of it, where it's just that's just such a bizarre feeling, you know.
Yeah. And now I want to introduce another awesome member of this community. So let's do the song for this awesome artist and customizer. If you follow this channel, you saw this awesome artist and customizer before on my show. Put his talent in many custom figures that you love. So please welcome the one and the only Eric Miller, the one and the only Eric. Welcome back to my show. So finally, after a long waiting in the green room,
Yeah.
Eric Miller is back.
It's all right. I'm patient. I'm doing
How you
great. How are
doing,
you
Eric?
guys?
Wonderful.
I'm happy to have you back. I think we are ready to have the
Right.
show. And Paul Zach asked, "Where are the Cabal tonight?"
Yeah.
Eric, I want to start with you with a picture for a specific reason. So let's do it.
Okay.
I think in a few seconds, everybody can see that.
Ah,
Yes.
So let's see if it works. Because tell me something about this experience, Eric.
yeah. About the experience of this character specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been working with the studio for close to a year now. Done a bunch of stuff with it, and some of it is in-house. But this is the first the first actual figure in a Mythic line that I got to do, which is this is Dracul Iron. I've been blessed to have been able to work with the studio now, and they let me work on cool things, and this is one of them.
Yeah, and was I think a lot of the
Oh yeah, for sure. And you don't mess around when you're doing work for Four Horsemen. It's got to be perfect,
when
so.
started your collaboration with them?
I've been working with them since August of last year.
Cool. I think this one is another perfect, because when I heard before the story about Walter, Brad, and Mike about this story, is a good way to see how different is this community and the strong bond that there is between many people, and the creativity, and also the feel to exchange feelings, and also feedback in some way. But for feedback, I mean not just a reaction, but feedback in you do something with love and you receive love in another way, no?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've said that for a long time, even before I got the opportunity to work with the studio. It's the the community is driven by this like cyclical thing, you know. It's like we put the energy into the studio puts it right back into us, and it's just this perpetual thing that we're caught in. It's really cool.
Okay, now I go because I will be random. I want to stay also a little bit on track. We start to talk
Sure.
with each figure. I want to start with this one.
Sure.
I like the sculpt. I start with my opinion, and we go to everybody. I like this. I like orcs, and I like to have finally a frost orc, I should say, in the line. And actually, this is the first time ever that I can say I'm all in. So I will buy all this figure. I don't know if I will buy from the Frozen
Awesome.
because I paid from my retailer the same day it was revealed this wave. My All-Star 6 they will arrive to me, I believe, in mid-August. So I don't know between but however, I sure that I will buy all this figure and also the set. But I like this one because it's something new. I like the sculpt, I like the ores, I like, yes, we see something that we saw before the Paulrins and we saw the Paul with Tarno. But I like how they looks different with the figure and also to have this type of character that we never had before, a Frost Orc in the line. I like also the new joints, the upgrade of the articulation. Because as a stop motion maker, have more articulation, give me more opportunity to do more scene, no? Then maybe I'm not a guy that is a problem to me to don't have double joints, but because I prefer look the aesthetic of a figure. But in this case, I think there is a good balance between articulation and aesthetic at the same time. So I think this figure is something that unexpected to me because we never had this type of orc, but it's a big surprise that I like so much. One of my favorite, so I'm very happy for this one. But I wanna hear the opinion about Eric, the work on it, but also beside the things that you work on it, tell me something. What do you think about the figure itself?
I love it. I think he's a really cool character. I'm a big orc fan too, so whenever we get a new orc, it's always a fun thing. And like I said too, I mean, getting to work on it. I mean, obviously, I saw this figure a while ago because it was on my desk. But getting that initial photo render from Eric right away, and opening the email to the photo and just being like, "Holy cow, this thing is off the wall." I love his giant pauldrons, and he's got just probably one of the coolest silhouettes in the line.
Eric, I'm gonna interject here, but what's that like? I mean, that exciting still after years and being at the studio that Eric Treadaway is like sending you messages and being like, "Hey, could you paint this for me?" I mean, you know what I mean? Is that a thrill in itself still?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It'll never get old. It's so cool. I have a hard time putting it into words.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah.
Walter, you steal my question, but it's a great question.
I couldn't help myself. I love that energy at times where you get to see and have that. There's stuff that, like, I've been lucky at times to talk to somebody about the stuff that we can't talk about, and then it's a while before it gets revealed, or just to be able to have a phone conversation with somebody like that, and it's just a special feeling at times where it's so fun to have those conversations. I don't get to see a lot of stuff behind the scenes like I used to years ago, but it's still amazing at times to be able to just call up CB or Eric or any of those guys and just see how they're doing, and they call and what are you up to, Walt? And hey, how's it going? Oh yeah, this is what we're, and it's just like, oh my God, these are guys that I've idolized for decades and now work with. And you know what I mean? And that's the part that I love seeing the energy where Eric Miller gets to do that. And then he's creating for them. And it's just like, dude, I can't paint a wall correctly, let alone a whole entire figure. I mean, I did paint this wall. It does look pretty nice. It is kind of the same blue, but you know.
Yeah, it's great. It's just a cool feeling. Like you said, I've been idolizing for decades. Like that's true. It's cool to get to work with them. It's cool to
That's
get to call them
awesome.
friends and I guess coworkers. It's just awesome.
I understand your feelings in some way because as an artist in Italy, I work on TV with people that are pretty famous in some way or musician, and
Yep.
now it looks like normal to me. But in the beginning, I believe the first time they debuted in TV back in 2005 was mind blowing because something that you just watch just on TV become your friend, you start working with. So I
Yeah.
understand what you mean when the barricade is gone and you become a co-worker with someone that become
Yep.
before you idolize in some way. So I think it's a pretty overwhelming experience, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It is very overwhelming. Yes.
But Walter, tell me something about this figure. What is your thoughts about it?
I'm very simple. I'm honest in everything. I love the colors. And I'm very color driven on a lot of the stuff that I collect. And I love this color. I love I mean, I can't say it any other way. I love the colors of the figure and it looks beautiful. And just I I'm easy, very easy with stuff. I love the colors on things. If it works, I love it. If it doesn't, I won't. I won't like invest into it, you know. But this is cool. This will work great with my collection.
Brad, what do you think about this Frost Orc character?
I definitely like him. I like how they're using the Unken sword with it as well. I like when they use that sword. I
Mhm.
like. I agree with Walter. I like the colors, the boots with the fur. I love that bone weapon. That is really cool. And it's different. And I agree with Eric. I like big pauldrons. I think that's why I like Arether, because he has pretty big pauldrons, and they're pretty serious and they're intimidating. And these things are pretty intimidating as well. And he looks like it. Like the face is an intimidating face. And seeing that like sort of like bone helmet like around that orc is like really cool. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm definitely digging him. Definitely digging
it's a great aesthetic. And Mike,
It is. I'm not the biggest orc fan, but it is a beautiful figure, beautiful sculpt. My excitement comes from the fact that one of my friends did the painting on this. So
Mhm.
Eric, I talked to Eric years ago at PowerCon, and it was one of his hopes to get into the toy industry and all that. And every time now the Horsemen unveil one of his works, I get so excited for him. I love it. So my excitement for this figure solely comes from knowing Eric painted it. And then if you go into the figure itself, it is the 3.0 figure, so it's the new articulation, it's the double joints, uh, and it is a 1.0 figure with brute scale parts put on it, or a 1.0 size type of figure with brute scale parts. really cool. And I just want to congratulate Eric on another job, chef's kiss, mwah, job done on a painting of another figure. Recently, Eric, they unveiled, he did the heads packs for the cosmic, the extra heads for the cosmic figures. I'm excited to see what they have Eric doing in the future, to get to see that. So beautiful figure. Thank you, Eric. Keep on bringing the fire, my friend.
And you will be knighted, Eric, again. You will be knighted for this beautifulness. That is right. Damn you, Eric. It is beautiful.
Thanks, guys.
So,
I appreciate you, Mike.
Mike, this is the first time of you in my show. It's the first time. And you need to do something that everybody did before. Sing the Mythic Legion song. Come on. I think there is.
Mr. Allen?
I have also the word somewhere, probably.
I
Let's
need
see.
the words, buddy. Without the
come on.
words, I don't think I can do it.
Find
There
your
we go.
legions when you find your
Remember,
faction.
I start to translate my book in English, but I'm still Italian, so the words of my song are really basic.
They're good.
Tell me when to start, buddy.
Are you ready, Mike? The fire.
You find your legions when you got your faction. You find emotion in a magic world. Yes.
You did it. Michael. You did it.
So now I can say that Mike is officially debuted on my show.
Nailed it.
You need it.
nailed
It's
it.
like when you rebirth through the water, no?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, and now we move to another figure. I need to go back to my slide. Let's see which one. Probably, I think this one is my favorite because was something totally unexpected. I like this type of character. Also, is not a typical big mean guy, but I like the aesthetic. I like the details. I like to have something really new in the line. I'm talking about of
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
the little guy.
It is.
This was
Boris.
a this
This
was
is
a
absolutely
this
What?
this was
Go
a
ahead.
I'll just interject right here. This was just very cool to see. A new scale, new size, new character, kind of just a curveball that I think I was expecting it, and I didn't know these were coming, but I think it was like something that was just not expected, but people were expecting it, and it's such a cool character and a neat scale. I can't wait to see all the crazy photos. I love seeing the photos and what people are doing with stuff now. Let alone I can't wait for the probably 8,000 customs that'll come with this,
Yeah, it's beautiful. I like, for speaking of the overall look on the wave, I like the variety of the scale, no? Because you see different type of character. The diversity of the scale is something that I always love in the legions. But I like that they go deep. They do that before with the brute scale, but now we got another sizing in the scale in the line. So I like that. But I like also this type of character because I like the known. I like it's really mythical, this type of character. No, this wave has something different, I think, between the others because we have something that is really strong fantasy, classics fantasy stuff, but we have also something a little horror like the big werewolf, but we have also something that is in the fairy tale side, no? And
Yeah.
this one is one of that. I like that they do a mashup between different genre in some way. It's like when
Yep.
I do a novel, and I do a novel that basically the main genre is a thriller, but I put some paranormal stuff or something that is a little bit more urban fantasy or whatever. So I like that obviously the main way is fantasy, but you can find other influence between other genre. So I like that also. I like the aesthetic. I like it's my kind of character I like so much, because you can I can start to imagine different stories for stop motion, or because I'm a writer, everything that I see in my life can become a part of a story. But in this case, you see a war behind this character. So I like
Hmm.
because of that. Brad?
I definitely like this figure. Doing the Legion's Lair show, one of the questions that we ask our guests is, what type of figure would they like to see created in the line? And a lot of the times, I don't know the percentages, but I would say a majority of the times, people are always looking for halflings or small characters, gnomes, and they referred to this. So to see this character made after so many people have wanted it and asked for it, and obviously Curtis, I guess, was one of those big campaigners for Gnome. So I'm glad to see Curtis. I mean, it looks like Curtis. Even that one right there. Yeah, look at it. But no, seriously, no, I'm congratulate to Curtis. He deserves it. He's now a mayor. I mean, think about it. He's a mayor. But I love this figure. I love both heads, actually. So I'm debating. I'm gonna have to probably get two, because I definitely want one with Curtis.
Yes, this one I believe that this is the Tomb head. I think the Goblin was Tomb, because I have Tomb in my collection. So it works really well also in this Frost version. I like it.
Yes. So yeah, I definitely like him for sure.
Mike?
Well, listen, the Mythic Legions line is so diverse. And when it's dealing with size, that's no exception. So we're used to going up, 1.0. You're going up to Ogre, Brute, Ogre. You're going up to Troll. You're going up to Dragon. We need to come down also.
Yeah.
So 2.0, and now we got the gnome size. Just brilliant. Wonderful. Now, once again, my thrill with this figure is because of the tribute aspect of it. Being a tribute to Curtis Ackerman, gentleman in the community that gives so much to the community. But when they revealed that, it takes me back to the G-Con Brad and I got our figures revealed at. It's wonderful. Seeing Walter stand at G-Con and or it was Mythic Weekend at Legion's Con, standing there with a sea of people in line to sign his figures. Takes me back to that. Just wonderful. Just wonderful. And I'm just so happy for Curtis to get this tribute figure. It's just wonderful.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Because I'm totally, when you talk, I totally go inside your words. I forget which one still have to give me the opinion. Eric, you give me your opinion about this figure.
No.
Yeah, I think I'm the last one to go on this
Okay.
one. Maybe not actually. I'm pretty bad at this too.
No, you're good, Eric. Go ahead.
This is probably my favorite figure in the wave too. I really like this guy a lot, and I've been wanting a smaller scale for a very long time. So when I was having conversations with Jeremy about this wave, he kind of let me know, like, oh, we're going to introduce a new scale. And he knows that I like to be surprised, so he doesn't give me too much info unless I really ask for it. But I was like, okay, new scale. are we going up or are we going down? And he said, oh, we're going to go down. And I got really excited. So I wanted to know like everything he was willing to tell me about it. So he showed me this guy and we talked about it for a while, and I'm just so excited to have that smaller scale. I think it opens up a lot of possibilities in the line as a whole. We're going to get a lot of cool characters in this scale for sure.
And I love also the accessory, you know, this prop, this part of the world building is super cool also.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the accessories I think may have been overlooked overall with the excitement of the figure. There's such a great figure and detail and the size, and I just love it's like, I mean, it sounds silly, but to have like a pocket-sized figure, to have something small that you could just place amongst your figures and have that size difference like everybody was talking about. But the stuff that's I think may have been slightly overlooked is all the accessories that come with this great figure. You know, the keg and the stein and all the other parts. It's another one of those, like, it's so cool that we get all this stuff for, I think, what, $40, $42?
$2 now.
Yeah, that's wild. That still blows me away at times. That's you get something like this for what I think is like under. I don't want to say undervalued, but it's like, I don't know if maybe we should be charging more. You know,
Walter's figure's really digging the keg with the stein and mug, isn't he? He's like ready for it over here. He's like, yeah,
I'm waiting for
olive with the.
Yeah, I mean, if there was a Walter 3.0 with a beer stein, I mean, that would make a lot of sense. You know,
look, his hand is empty right now. He needs it. Needs it.
Expanding on what Walt just said, with the soft goods that are coming out now that they put with the figures, I mean, you'd be hard pressed to buy a soft good cape or other articles of clothing that come with a figure.
Yeah,
$50, and you're getting figures for $42 a figure that comes with all this. It is a great value. And this one, what Walt said, look at the diorama pieces it comes with. That is great value for the community, the photography, you know, the photographers in the community. This is just great stuff.
It really is.
Yeah, I know guys that, I mean, if you think back, let's take Legion's Con a few years ago. Accessories like that, people were 3D printing out and charging $20, $30, $40, $50. Soft goods, people are still charging the cheapest soft good I've seen, $10. And the quality's good, but it's not a Full Horseman Studio mass production item that you can get with a figure for $40, $42, whatever shipped. It blows my mind at times to think back how over the years that here's a figure that it comes with accessories, it comes with extra hands, it comes with multiple heads and everything else. And it's a mass production figure that no more than 2-3 years ago, you would beg somebody like Eric Miller coming up to your table and be like, Eric, what does it take for me to get something like this painted from you? Oh my God, my friend, my brother, like, I love you. I am very blessed to have some very like select items painted by Eric Miller that, like, it took me a while for him to paint because there's no pressure, but like, I'm just blessed that I'm like, oh my God, I got something painted by this guy, and now it's in mass production. So I'm just saying, you know, my one-of-a-kind Eric Miller paintings and customs are now going to be worth thousands of dollars, and I will put them on eBay very shortly.
I don't know about that.
And I think something that I like also in this way, the finally we have also because when I saw that something similar in Cosmic, my hope was, I hope one day they will do something similar also for Mythic, and I'm very happy also for this set of accessory, because
Yes.
and I hope that they will continue to do stuff like this, because I built this castle during my free time, and I want to do this piece like we had before with Figure Oscura, for example. So I'm happy
Mhm.
they start also with Mythic with this, because I think this is super cool, because these figures need a story, but need also an environment, need a background, a physical background. So I think is another big surprise. That's something I was looking for. I'm very happy for this. And also, you got this set, but you got also something similar in the two smaller figures in the line. So we got a lot of accessory in this, a lot of props in this way. What do you think,
Yeah.
guys? We start with Mike.
Oh, I love this. I mean, they came out with the diorama set for Ox Crew, Cosmic Legions, uh, and I thought that was amazing. I bought several of those, and this is just this is awesome. You have, like Walter said, you couldn't get this stuff unless you bought 3D printed parts from people in the community, and then you were able to paint it yourself,
Yeah.
or get people who were really talented at painting, Eric, or there's a lot more people in the community, but you would have to go through that in order to get it, and they're giving it to you now. They're giving it to you. And
Yeah.
talk about, this stuff is going to make the photography just become that much better.
Yeah. Yeah, also liking the photo by Trevor. Let's see where he is. This
Trevor's
one.
photo is really awesome.
Oh yeah. One day,
Yeah, Trevor's photo is really awesome.
I love Trevor's photos so much.
And
Yeah,
Trevor,
you
I
can see
think
how
that-
works this set also when you have also other stuff to put together, like walls. So this stuff is really cool. And Walter, your first reaction when you saw this set?
I was just, I was just, I'm a loss for words. Just, I wish I had a beer. Um, no, these are just like I can't emphasize enough that if to be around Legions Con and Mythic Legions for years now and a decade, to think back, honestly, to think back a long time ago, and people were barely 3D printing this type of stuff and charging 20, 30, 40, $50 for something. Just, I mean, at times I remember getting stuff like this as a gift from friends and be like, hey, Walt, what do you think about these little steins? And they would print one or two of those things and then ask people for, hey, I got to get $20 for something like that. And it's just like, oh my God, yeah, that's great. And now to get it, like I said, in mass production, painted by the studio, it's just, I'm genuinely just kind of blown away by that, you know?
Absolutely, it's cool. Eric?
This is a great set. I mean, it, like the guys said, I mean, it's cool to finally get stuff like this in production, and you can get it for so much cheaper than what it would cost from a 3D artist or whatever. It's not to say that we don't want to buy those things from 3D artists, but
Yeah.
you know, it's no stretch to say that that stuff is very expensive. And it is because it has to be, because of all the things involved. But when we can get something like this in production, it's cool. We can get it in our hands for a little less, which is great. And like you guys said too, Trevor really knocked the photo out of the park. Like, I love that you can tell that there's like a burning fireplace just to the right of this table. You know, it's not there, but it's implied so heavily by the lighting, and it looks so natural and so good. It's really cool.
I'm pretty
And
sure I'm pretty sure
Sorry, go.
Trevor. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Trevor's hanging out at a bar that he didn't invite us at. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And the paint looks great on these too. So I know they joked on the live stream that Sherry was joking, like, is she gonna be remembered for like the paint job she did on these sausages? And to that I would say, if you didn't want it to be your namesake, maybe you shouldn't have done such a great job on it, because they do look amazing.
Yeah.
And those apples too, I mean, like, those look real. It's crazy.
Yeah, mind blowing. Speaking of the realism of details on the paint job and also in the texturing, as usual, but is new, especially to me. See also this philosophy to do things also in these accessories. I like it. I like that. And you don't find this type of attention of details in other toy line today. Because they prefer watch other things. But I think that the attention of details and realistic details is something that makes this line special. No questions about it. Brad, I don't remember if I ask you what do you think about the set.
I really like this. Of course, Trevor did a great shot. I know he was even joking how he had more fun with this than he did some of the figures. But what I like about it is, of course, first they gave you like a knight Stein, and then they gave you like a barbarian Stein. And of course, we've been getting different types of fruit and seeing that with the Ganesha figure.
Yeah.
Really cool. So to see some more different stuff, and I agree with Curb in the chat that the pickaxe is not getting enough attention. The detail on the handle literally looks like real leather binding around there. And to be honest, they didn't have to put the writing on the barrel. It could have just been a keg of barrel and you'd been happy with it. But to actually put Einsamall in Public House with the wolf, with the actual brand, like the Wolfsbane Lager batch, kind of made it official. Is just the little things to set it over the top that make it cool.
So about this set, I can say that this is super cool.
Yeah, this is super cool.
No doubt.
Yeah, I will be taking the frying pan, taking all the weapons off of Fastia, giving her the frying pan, because that's what she should be doing. She should be cooking for Scapular and the rest of
the She will,
with
Michael.
sausages. There you go, Fastia. But you can look at those sausages, and we can ask Eric this question. Look at the sculpt. The painting Sherry put on that just brings the sculpt out.
Everything looks real.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
Maybe it's time to put a disclaimer: don't eat your toys.
Yeah. No. Definitely not.
But now is random moments. So, Eric, you need to pick a random question to one of us. Choose your victim and put a random question.
Oh my gosh. Getting put on the spot is like something I can't do. Holy moly. Well, Walter, this is going to be a really boring question, but
No,
when
never.
are we going to see you again? Are we going to see you before Allegiance Con?
Oh man, I get asked that very often right now. And to be honest, it's a fluctuating question and appearance for Walter. My new job keeps me very busy. I'm not self-employed anymore. It's not as easy to get away as it used to be and to do all the stuff that I've done. But I can politely say I've kind of selectively chosen where and when I want to appear. So the experience of the Cabal and Walter the Mad is that much more, if that makes sense. I I have a few new ideas. I'm inviting people to my home and having them come to my home and paying for them to come to my home. I have a few new things that I'm trying to do where I'm actually in my guest room in my new house in South Carolina, and I'm hoping to do like once a month to have a friend and a cabal person to come visit and stay with me. I'm trying to do something completely different than something that is done before, where I want people to come stay with me and give them the experience and share my excitement with the toy line and stay with them and see my collection and things like that. It's something weird and creative I've kind of thought of that would be wildly fun, and then at the same time, the few shows that I am thinking of going to, I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm just going to show up and just do my thing and show up with hundreds of shirts and stickers and things and just be like, hey guys, and then just have that excitement, if that makes sense. And then I also have in a few days a pretty big reveal of something that I've been working on for 4 years, that I'm very excited to do and reveal and display. And I'm hoping, and I think I'll get it in time, which shouldn't be a problem, but I'll be able to reveal and have an art exhibit at Legion's Con for a very special person that we all miss.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm trying to do certain things that nobody's thought of. So
We wouldn't expect anything else from you, man.
Man, yeah, it's I want to say it's going to be a very emotional countdown to Legion's Con, and I hope to make people cry.
You want
So,
a music
I'm sure
for
you will.
that? A tender music. Now, Mike, it's time for your random question to one of these 4 victims.
Well, let's see here. Okay, I'm going to bring Ohio into this. So I know Brad's answer to this question. So I'm going to go down to Eric. The Ohio State Buckeyes, the greatest college football program in the history of college football. Mr. Allen, do you know anything about the Ohio State Buckeyes?
No, nothing.
They are awesome. Best college football program, best college football team ever. We won the national title last year. Eric, do we repeat this year?
I'm going to say, because I love you so much, Mike, there's not a doubt in my mind that we're going to win it all.
That's right, baby. Eric not only is talented when it comes to the paint, I mean, ultra talented. He is a very smart man. Go Buckeyes.
Yep. Go Buckeyes. Right.
Walter, it's time for your random question.
I have always wanted to ask this actually, but when is Mr. Allen coming to Legion's Con? Because
Dun, dun,
My
dun.
next question.
I will make phone calls and I will make that happen if Mr. Allen says I will be there. And I can only imagine the excitement and entertainment that goes along with Mr. Allen showing up at Legion's Con at the lobby one of the first nights there, because the lobby experience is most of these people in this screen here know that over the years the lobby experience is more than wildly entertaining. But
Yes,
to have Mr. Allen there, I think I think that would like bring that level of excitement to a whole new level. So I'm asking, when is Mr. Allen going to make an appearance?
Yeah, it's a good question because it's something that I still to think about for a long time, and also I think about on which way I can show up because one way I can announce before I will be there, and the other way could be don't say nothing to everybody and shows just during the show. So probably will be the second one. Let's see. I imagine also someday to knock the door to the studio to do a surprise to Chris and to see his actual natural, authentic reaction to me. So I think
That
about
would
that.
be
The only thing they need to do a balance is in one side because in this moment I'm really busy as a writer. I published my latest novel last April. On September, I will publish another one, and I will publish another one on January because now I have two publishers. So I'm super busy also to touring in Italy for that. But I will release one of my books also in English because one of my publishers want to do that. So let's see. In the same times, if I go overseas, I need to bring back with me my beautiful girlfriend, but she doesn't care about figure collecting. So I need to do a balance with it because it's close to New York. So let's see to do a week in between New Jersey and New York to do everything.
Yep.
So
Now,
I think probably you will discover in the moments because I think that as a surprise, I think there should be more entertaining. I think more entertaining, more amusement with that.
this is what I think you should do. I think you should come one day, not tell anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna come, you're gonna have to change the words to the PowerCon song
Yeah.
to the Legions Con song.
Will be
So
today's the day. Today's is Legion's Con.
Yes. And then you release a new video right as you're about to enter into the hotel.
Yeah, it should be
Oh,
cool.
Everyone's just like
Do a
singing
new
it and
song.
like,
Maybe do a new song just for Legion's Con, like it is
oh,
PowerCon.
yeah.
I just would. I I want the dinner reservations for that night. I want to have the beer, the wine, the whiskey, I want to sit and see that, and I want to be one of those first people that sees Mr. Allen hanging out and coming to Legion's Con and be in the lobby and seeing that. That's one of those moments that I know that is going to just elevate it to where it's like oh my God, like there's two people I could think of. Mr. Allen is on the top 1, 2 that I need to see. That I would. Oh my Lord! I can make phone calls and reservations and everything.
And when you see him, you just yell real loud, "Buongiorno!"
Yeah.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
The real pronunciation is buongiorno. Let's try to say buongiorno.
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 Let's try to translate your name in Italian. So, and by the way, it's weird because I want to tell you a little story just to go random over and over. As a writer, now my story, or they take place in a fictional city that never exists, but they're possible exist in US. Sometimes I create story in Japan, but in the overall book that I've written so far, because I published my book number. Just a minute, I want to show you something. Just a moment about
Intermission. Hey, everybody, get up,
so
grab a beer.
These are my 7 books that I published so far. 7 so far.
That's amazing.
In 2013, I published this one in Italian. The translate in Italian is the tenant, no, the guy that purchased for a while an apartment or a little house. Then I published a trilogy of books. Not with the same publisher, and this one was released in 2014. The title in English is Fragile Dream, and is take place in Japan. The second one is the Game of Truth, and the last one was the Another Life, the title, and this one is taken in the Kuwait War, so in the Saudi Arabia and then this place. And then in 2019, I published this one. Who is the Girl is the translation.
That's
Last
amazing.
year, I published a dystopian book. This one is called You. And this is interesting because it's written in the second singular person. So when you read this book, you become the protagonist, the main character in the story. It's really dystopian because is a strange book, however. And the last one is this one is a thriller called Isabel, and this one will be released in English in January, I believe. It will be available on Amazon. But I published 7 September. We published another one, and January another one, and before the end of 2026 another one. But I written so far 44 novels, 44 books. But I published only 7.
Wow.
But because I don't know why I talk about that, but because I like this is I remember now. I remember why now, because I'm Italian, but I read American writers. I watch now. I watch movie only in English because my goal now is to publish a book also for the U.S. market, because the market is bigger, and become a bestseller author, have a daily job as a writer is more possible in US than Italy. In Italy, the market is very small, and the literary agents, for example, in Italy, are not real literary agents. They ask you to pay fee just to read your manuscript. This is crazy. In the US, there are hundreds of agents. So now every book that they do the final draft, I do also the translation in English, and also I pay editor in English to everything works, because they want to try to do that. Because it's weird, but I'm Italian, but my real world, speaking of culture, is US, because I love movie made in US. I love stuff, collecting toys in Italy. It's not something really common. The reason why I do this channel in English, also for wrestling, my channel of wrestling is bigger this way. It's about 51K, 200 subscriber. Now it's like a pain in the ass to me because I don't have the time also to do the other channels, however. But I want to try. I know this sounds crazy. You are a fucking Italian. You try to do a book in English. All can be possible. When you speak, your English is not really good. But because when I speak, I don't schedule nothing. I just follow the river of my thoughts and start to do this weird English. But I think that to upgrade my English, I start to watch movie in English. And when I listen all of you, to me, it's like listen Italian, because now English, to me, American English, I should say, is the language of something that I like. Collecting toys, because I have a lot of friends also in the toy community. Also we as other YouTuber and then the other company. It means wrestling that I like, means movie that I like, I watch on the different platforms. So when I just listen the English US with the US accent, that means something that I love. So to me, I'm not the typical Italian guy. I don't like Italian music. I like only 2 things in Italy: food. And I should say I whisper in that because maybe if my girlfriend watched the video, will be upset. I like girl. But I whisper because if she doesn't understand English, but sometimes she watch my stuff and you tell that? What do you mean? So I need to be really careful. No. However, I'm not a typical Italian guy. For example, because many things that I like are since when I was a kid. When I was a kid, my father put on the stereo the music, US music, all US music, but was always about that. So I'm not the typical Italian guy, but because I love US stuff, and I see my story in US. No, this one take place. This one take place in different part of US, in Maine, in New Jersey also, and in California, and the other parts. So I like it's weird, but it's a part of my culture more something by US than Italian, because I don't like Italian movies. I don't like Italian music. The Italian music is really, I don't like Italians books. I really don't like that. So because of that, I think that my story, my type of story, maybe can work in US because it's more close what I do. So let's see, finger crossed, guys. So this is really random. Now it's time to go back, to go on track in this show, because we become really, really off topic.
I loved it. I loved the
like
excitement.
For example, Brian Flynn, another solid guest of my show. I believe I did 10 episodes with him or 11. He told me that he loves my random philosophy of my show, no? Because I know the person that I have in front of me. Also, when I had the Ask Protein J. Joe, I do also personal question about they works, or like they job, or the feelings when they scout the G.I. Joe classify, or when they did the interview with Transformers, because I want to know the person, the feeling of the person. Because a writer is a full day job, because also when you don't writing, you still looking for inspiration, no, to know people, because the best inspiration for an artist is what you can find in a person, not in a people. I have, for example, this ability to understand a person just when I watch a photo. When I do my signing event for my book, for example, the people that go to my table, I give this gift. If people purchase my book, I give a personal notes when I tell what I see in his face. And every time they become surprised, because they say, what you know me really well, you don't know me, no? Because I have this empathy with the person. So I like to also this type of show, to have to know better the people that I have in my show, not just to stay in topic, because we are not robot, we are person before to have everything, no? So I like go through the emotion of a person. So the reason why one of my first questions was about your tribute figure, or for example for Eric to work with the studio, because I know that behind that there is a person with his story, with his passion, and with his emotions, because emotions are the core of the life. Without emotion, we are in black and white. So it's the reason why because behind this figure, this line, there is art, is an inspiration. And you can see the same reaction of the new waves is similar of reaction that the people can have when read a new book for his favorite writer, or listen the first song, the new song for a favorite artist. And this is the something really important in the life, no? Mike says before, to me is a relief, no, when I do a tough job, I have this hobby, this passion for the figure, for example, no? Or another good side effect is this community, no? This when I see you talk about each other's the question, I see a bond between you, and I like that, because you see that there's something special and something authentic, like when Walter talked about there is a comments on the chat, anything possible, thank you so much. Language, yeah. So thank you, guys. I read the chat, but sometimes because I'm totally involved in the conversation, in my monologue. But I think that since I know that my English, especially when I talk, because only when I do this show, I talk with someone in English, or when I do my review. But when I do the review, I talk just with myself. No, the people watch later. So it's the reason why when I talk, I see some difference between when I write in English, when I watch in English, and when I talk. I know that my pronunciation, my accent is not good. I when I rewatch my show, I say, wow, what is my English still crap? Wow, what happened? Come on.
No,
However, I like. I saw that when it's since in the beginning of this channel, because in Brazil it's more basic the language, you know. Watch this headlock, clothesline. Come on, get up, get up. It's really basic English for wrestling. But I saw that I think that I achieved a good goal to me, because beside my bad pronunciation, bad answer, my limited vocabulary when I speak, I don't know why, because maybe I go random. But I saw that I'm able to be funny in a foreign language. I think it's a good goal, this one.
no doubt. You're very funny.
You're
But
passionate. You're
thank you.
very
Yes,
passionate.
the passion is like a fire inside of me. And we saw one of my, I told you that when I saw the reveal last Wednesday, one of my favorite moments was, let's see if I try to have the right picture. Let's see. There we go. When I saw when Joe turned off the light. No, you remember that moment? And we saw the accessory with this another brand new character. Because I don't have right here when were released the Jacob Marley figure, because I want to do a stop motion with the figure. In 10 days, I built a fireplace with my with for my dio, etc. And let's see if I have this one. I want to show you. I want to share with you, my friends, this stop motion. Let's see.
I will the same, I fought in life. I made it link by link, and yard by yard. You will be
It's like Christmas in July.
That's so cool.
I love it.
But I show you the stop motion to show you that fireplace that you saw in the stop motion. I made it. It was a part of the tower. It's meant to be to put inside this. Let's change the point of view.
Oh, nice.
It's meant to be inside this. This is the wizard room on the top of my wizard tower. The wall 6'8" tall, was too tall, so I need to change a little bit the plan. But inside it, I with magnet. Is meant to be inside that fireplace, because when I saw this, I did also some other things maybe I show you later in other stop motion, because I have the stop motion Mythic Legions that I did. I create other column with the fire. So when I saw that, was really cool, the fire in this set, because it's something that I did by myself. But now finally we have something with the professional production, I should say. So I'm very happy for that. I'm very happy for this character that now I forgot the name. Bylur Frostfur, I should say. I think there is. I don't know the pronunciation, because my accent is weird. The name are weird, so I'm in trouble, guys. But I'm very happy. Walter the Mad. Tell me, what do you think about this figure and his set? I think it's mind blowing. And this one is another fairy tale look-like character that I like so much.
It's another one of those just well done characters. Another fun figure. It's just, I love the accessories. I love the colors. I love just the simple I was never a fuzz monk um, character, but the new body with the new sculpt and the accessories on this is something I would want. It's just very cool. It's another one of those. Just it's a win. Like I said, goes great. I think it'd be real interesting to see if any of the 3D printers come up with accessories to add to this. But I think this is a fun figure that I could see him kind of like more crouched over instead of a static position, and then having a troll trying to smash him or something. So.
I think they will be too smart to be smashed at this little guy.
Yeah, I like
Eric,
it.
your thoughts about it?
Yeah, I love this guy. He's really fun. So, I mean, it's always fun when we get a new kind of critter in the line, or you know, my favorites have always been the anthropomorphic characters. I've been a fan of the Horsemen for a long time, and I really love the Seventh Kingdom stuff. You know, I really love the Gothotropolis birds. So, I mean, I love getting animals like this in the line, and I've got a young daughter that loves anything furry. So, I think she's going to be excited for this one too.
Great. Brad?
I really like this figure. It's funny seeing this figure because I guess it's like the first Fox figure, and I agree. I like the little furry characters and the animals and whatnot. And I know that they Used to have, what was that, the Kitsuan. So it's actually nice, but it really isn't like an official. It was more like a 3D printed aftermarket thing that they did. So to actually see a real fox in production is great. When they showed the Thistlethorn head, I immediately thought Jesse Arnold, and they didn't say it on the live stream, but Jeremy did say it on Offworld that it is official, that was a tribute to Jesse Arnold. So I'm glad to see that and hear that for those reasons alone. But yeah, it's cool to see new characters, small guys like this. So, and they go well with what's going on. So definitely glad to see it. Yeah, for sure.
Mike?
What a great counterpart to the human imp scale to have this fox animal imp scale. Beautiful. I love them going down in size now on a size wise. Beautiful. And I am going to display mine with the Jesse Arnold Fuzzmonk head. That's how it gets displayed. I'm sorry. They'll be coming out with other figures that the fox head can go on, but mine will be displayed with Jesse's head on it. The Fuzzmonk. Yep. Right there. That's how mine will be displayed.
Another just wonderful, happy person, deserving. I can't say it. I think people that get these tributes are deserving and are wonderful people. Jesse goes to all the shows that I could think of and is just a happy, just ambassador himself. Like, he's just a great guy.
Yes, another great tribute. No questions about it. Let's move on to another of this figure. I like this one because this fox figure is another character like the gnome that puts some fairy tale vibe in the way that I like. No, I like that the side of this wave, because this wave is a different, not also different size of scaling, but different side to look at it, because it's not just fantasy. It's fantasy with a little bit of horror, with a little bit of fairy tale. I like that, as I mentioned before. So move on probably with something that is some in some way is a classics already in some way I think, and is probably if you watch each details, if you zoom in just the prototype pictures, you see a lot that is going on in this figure. I like big guy in resin, but also in action figure form in a line. So I'm talking about this huge, badass, big Garmir character, werewolf character. This is absolutely perfect in my opinion. Also, the
Awesome.
church with the ring says this is perfect. So I like so much. Along with the known is one of two different sides of the way. Speaking of size, this one and the known are my two favorites. So I'm very happy for this. I like this escape. I like everything of this figure. The details of the everything is mind blowing. But I think this one. I think if I know a little bit Walter, I think this one could be one of his favorites. Let me know, Walter, if I'm right.
I despise this figure. It's just terrible. It needs to be not made. No, I'm kidding. No, I will joke and say I'm surprised that it's taken this long to make something like this, but I only say that because it's like I think people have been asking for something like this for quite some time, and it didn't maybe come to life until they had this scale. And I love the ogre scale size figures because they are just they make a grown man feel like a kid again. Those size figures are so massive, and there's so much plastic there, and there's so much detail. Those figures are just badass.
No
That
doubt.
that character is going to be just impressive in hand. I love it. I can't wait to get. This is probably my number two of this whole series. I can't wait. Like this is that's an awesome. That's a werewolf, and that is a monster. That is the bad guy, and that's the end boss at the end of the level. You know that is awesome. That's Eric. I hope you painted something on that because that would make me so much happier that I know who painted it. But either way, that's just awesome.
I have to
Brad,
tell
do
you I
you
did, but
think?
I did not.
I have a question
Oh,
for Brad. Brad, do you think that with your sword you can kill the beast monster?
mm-mm.
Listen here. Arnold and his Apollonian sword would straight wipe him out with just a couple little pump swipes. He wouldn't even take nothing. It would be like flicking a little baby across the room.
I'm gonna say no. That big monster would bite you in the head and use your sword as a toothpick.
Remember in Conan, I said this last episode. Remember in Conan where the one goblin at the end grabs Arnold's legs and he's rolling him around. He's like, ah!
Yeah,
He's spinning him around, and all you see is Arnold's head, like, ah!
yeah.
No, I think this is a cool figure. I definitely like it a lot. And again, doing the Legion's Lair show, we asked these so many guests the question of what they would like to see, and this was one of the other ones where before a lot of people wanted to see small people or whatnot, but when it came to a different race or something, people always want werewolves. And I agree with Walter. I think it took a little longer, but I think they needed to have that hinge joint, which means they probably needed to come out with the crackler probably a lot sooner than they did, because I'm assuming they're kind of like stemming off from that, and the double joint type thing. So it's about time, but yeah, I think they just were waiting for the right time for their parts and whatnot. And that's what's great about this line is patience. They definitely listen. they definitely know what the community wants. And I know Eric doesn't want to give the community anything crappy, so like he's gonna take all the time he needs to make sure that like nobody says anything bad about it. Like it's tits, it's perfect.
Yeah.
And it's just, and it is. I think if we're liking it now, in hand, we will be even 3 times more amazed once we see it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this figure for sure.
Mike.
Ogre scale has never been one of my favorite scales in Mythic Legions. I'm sorry, Greg. I hope he's not watching.
Oh my goodness.
I'm definitely a 1.0 man, but this is changing. This is changing it because who do you get that sword away from that figure? Get that sword away. This figure is beautiful, and this thing towers over the ogre scale, I think, because of the legs and that. Beautiful. So I like the ogre scale. I'm just not in love with the ogre scale, but this is definitely pushing me into starting to love them.
Paul says, I think the armor does come off, doesn't it? Does all the armor come off to where he's
not
bare
the
wool?
shin, not the shin armor and the hip armor have to stay on.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
Thank you, Paul, for the question. Eric, it's your turn.
Yeah, this figure's perfection. I mean, I'm not even a person that, like, you know, people have been talking about wanting a werewolf for years and years and years, and I'm kind of like, okay, that's cool if you want that. Like, it's not at the top of my wish list, but like this figure is absolutely incredible. So I mean, I'm sure. I mean, he's a top 10 figure, no doubt. In the whole line, that he is just absolutely amazing. I love it.
And you need to lie to us and say that you painted this, it's all you, and it's credited to you, and you designed it. I would be, I could believe that for the rest of the night, and I would be happy with that. So just Eric Miller made this figure. It's amazing. It's painted. Thank you, Eric, for doing this.
Look, Eric did this one.
I did do that one.
Cool, that one.
Yeah.
It's like a nice, evil, mean reindeer.
Yeah.
Cool.
Would fit with this wave pretty well, I think.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, he'll fit right in with this wave.
Rudolph the Ren.
I should get another one and have Eric paint it and then do the red nose. Yeah.
Speaking of the ogre scale, I think I don't know because I need to feel the experience when I will get this werewolf character, but in some way they remember me the experience that I got a while ago when I got for the first time ever a Rakagor in my hands. So let's see another stop motion. Speaking of a Rakagor.
Don't worry, Jodo. We can escape my magic. Thank you. Oh no, there is a hork. There is a hork, Samir. I use my spell again. My scepter. Take that, hork. Be careful, Jodo. This is a dangerous place. Yes, I know. Oh, take a look. The fire. Oh, phalanx of vampire. You can do that. Yes. You should take that phalanx. Another one is done. Follow me. Yes, Samir.
I just love that, man. That is just. I
did a mistake. This is not the stop motion with the Rakagor. It's another one, but we show you the other one with the Rakagor later on.
I just love that. That is so
makes
cool.
Me want to go do stop motion with all my figures right now.
Yeah, I can barely do a selfie half the time correctly, and you know.
Yes, I like it. In some way, it's similar to me when I do my writing stuff. I like build word, no? When I do a book, I build a word, no? And the same time, when I do stop motion, I use this beautiful figure. I try to build this castle at the same time because I like tell story, I like build words, and I like, also in another way, another things I like so much for is sometimes, especially as an artist, I have a life up and down because in the art, you succeed, you fail. It's always like that. Also, it can change in a really fast. No, for example, I remember when I was on TV last September, but I passed through bad moments also in this 2025. But when you got a new figure, a Mythic Legion, especially, also when you open the box, when I do my unboxing video, and when you touch the figure, it's difficult to explain in some way, it looks crazy some way, but you feel better. You don't know what, maybe because of the childhood vibes, but it's something really cool. And when I do the stop motion, I love it. I love create this world. It's like a therapy in some way. The art, I think, is a therapy. It's a therapy to pass through the bad moment, rebirth. Have you rebirth like the phoenix? You remember the mythical bird, the phoenix? No, the phoenix is like a bird. Every 500 years, yes, 500, he rebirth, and then he killed himself to the fire because he followed his passion. The artist and the art in some way, but especially an artist like that, because you go through your feelings, your passion, and do all of you in this stuff, in your stuff, and so basically your feelings, your way to live, it depends how goes your job as an artist. No, it's tough be an artist some days, but it's also a blessing in some way because do you have an escape that maybe not everybody have, no, the ability to writing, because when you write a story, you forgot your problem. You go to the problem of your character, your main character, and go through that. And I think collecting toys in some way push the creativity of the people. Is the reason why this community is so creative. And you have an amazing guy like Eric that we have the honor to have today. So I love this as a writer. When I see a person, I see a story. I love the story of Eric. No, a talented artist and customizer that now collab with the Foursome Studio. Is a perfect develop of the story. I like that, and I imagine him the good feelings that he have when he does this job. This job that he loves is the better things in the life. Do the job that you love. No, it's not important money. The most important thing is do something that you love, and your life will be better. And you need to fight sometimes for that, especially if you want to be an artist. Fight against people that maybe don't trust in you, or fight against through the barricades that some business have. Also in the literature business, it's really tough. But you need to go through that and find your way. And I think I like the story of Eric, the start as a fan of the line, as a great customizer, and now finally is a part of the job. I think it's an awesome story.
Thank you.
I like Eric's story too.
That, my friend. Yeah.
It's really cool.
When Mr. Allen says it, it sounds more exciting and romantic.
Yeah. He definitely tells the story better than me.
I think that everything could be romantic if romantic is a term to say something strong. Also, something bad could be romantic, no? Also, a bad story, a character with trouble in his mind. I get inspiration with people that I met in the past with many problems in his life. But because this problem, he looks like more interesting to me than as a good life with no problem, and maybe it's a little bit a gray person. No, I prefer also the dark color because the interesting side of the life is that yes, Some people struggle with many problems in this life, but when you have problem, you are forced to be more to go deep, to go deeper in your life, to go deeper in stuff that is not easy, but maybe if you are able to survive that, you will be stronger. But sometimes you need to have bad moments, because bad moments is like a trial in some way, to become stronger, but also to discover better you. Because I think it's really important in the life understand what you really are. Because some people prefer wear mask and don't go inside deeper inside them, no. But go deeper inside of you is a good way to know you really well, because you need to know you really well to understand what is the better way to live, no.
No doubt.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Consider it joy, my friend, when you come through trial and error.
Trial and tribulations build character.
Right.
Yeah, I think also the Mike with your job, you saw probably hard story, people in trouble, I think. And I think that you pass through this story, this situation is tough. But I think when you pass through that, as an important job like yours, you feel that you have your place in the life, and also you know that people needs people like you to survive bad stuff, no, I think.
No doubt.
Become serious.
Yeah.
Mr. Brownlee, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know this is my second question, but I'm going to ask it. When I came on tonight and I saw you, I was like, oh my gosh, he is completely different. What is it? It's the mustache is gone and you have hair under your lip. When did this transition happen?
Okay, actually, this one was also before. This is the the survival of everything. But I don't know. Maybe because I'm a guy that I'm looking for emotion and for change almost every day. I need to wake up every day and find something new. And if I don't find something new, I need to find a way to find something new, because I need input every day, And I was bored to see the same guy always in the mirror. I need to be honest with you. The same guy, come on, with the long hair, with the beard, with the mustache. I need to change something. So one night I cut by myself, including the hair. So because I was like a moment, a crazy moment. I need to change. And my girlfriend says, I almost recognize you, says to me. You look younger, but you look a different person. You are too normal now. She was a little bit upset with me with the new look in the beginning, no? But it was because of that. I want to change something. No, I need my morning. Actually, is 4 p.m. My morning when I wake up, I'm looking for new input, and sometimes I read only a bunch of rejection for literary agent from US, so not good input that one. But I like to be surprised in some way, but it's difficult because I live in that way. I always not cynic, because I'm not a cynic guy, but sometimes I have this feeling that is oh gosh, same shit, different day,
Yeah, no doubt.
But the escape to me is writing. For example, now I'm busy because I work on the final draft on a new novel that will be my fourth trial or my fourth test to do my query letters to literary agencies US. So it will be my fourth time to try to be published in the US, no? But not like just this book that will be released in English or with Italian publisher. I want to find a literary agent in US and a US publisher. My big dream, one of the big five, like Penguin Random House. I have big dream. I know that you need to fight for that. So I like do my job. So also when I do my final draft, when I edit in another book right now that will be published in September, I like that because I like build war. Also, I like different. There are different process of writing. No, my favorite one is the first draft because in the first draft I don't know anything. I just start with an idea and a character, and this is super cool. And and maybe the worst part is when you do to build the query letter because you need to follow specific rules to do that. For example, you need to follow up if your book doesn't respect the right word count for the genre, you are done. No, for example, just one example. So it's really tough. But maybe I go random also in my answer, my friend. Or maybe I digress a little bit, but I think you got your answer in some way.
Sure. Yes.
So let's try. We have, I believe, 10 minutes left. Maybe we can't cover the full wave, but other guys do that maybe better than me with a better accent, with a better language. But I think also
No.
it's good. In my opinion, this show is just an opportunity to meet you again, to share thoughts and see and to listen also your story. Probably the best part of this show to me is when all of you share your feelings. For Eric, when share your feeling about collab with the studio, or Mike, Brad, and Walter, when you share your moments when you discovered you got a tribute figure. Because I remember actually the show that the studio did when they decided to reveal the net figure to Walter. And that was awesome because I remember the authentic emotion of Walter, and that was a gift. When a person share with you, goes to the barricade and eliminate the barricade and share his feelings, share his tears, that is a gift. I say that to everybody. It's a gift because you see the person, the real emotion, the real colors of that person. So that was a mind-blowing moment to me. I say, wow, he deserved that because these tears explain why he deserved that. No?
Yeah. I remember sharing the same kind of moment with Mike and Brad, breaking into
Okay.
the hotel room, and 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
It was
I
three
still have
months.
I still have that video. I just watched it the other day, and jumping on his bed in a drunken stupor and being like, my friend, you are an action figure, and people are going to be excited to have that. I remember a time inviting and having Eric Miller come to the studio and watching the Disney childlike excitement of seeing him walk around the studio in complete awe and disarray of seeing Eric. And that was my excitement, is seeing him just in a bliss of emotion and being somewhere that he was just like, I couldn't believe that he would be there for the first time. It was genuinely exciting. I remember Brad at times running around the lobby, drinking with me, telling me and everybody that he was a fucking action figure. And that's the kind of excitement that makes me happy. And I know one day, like, I'll have Mr. Allen in that lobby sharing those memories for the first time with these people that I get to call friends, and I have their phone numbers and get to talk to sometimes often, sometimes rarely. But I just know that there's those special moments where you get to visit and see and have those life-changing experiences where for the first time they get to go to an event, to the time they get to be introduced as a figure that people are excited to get, and to see that emotion. And that's why I keep always saying, like, it's just having fun. We're just here to have fun and have a good time. And
yeah, absolutely.
I tell people all the time, I'm here to make them have a good time and have fun and bring the community together. And I'll make you guys cry, because it's a true emotion. And it's excitement. It's fun. And there's nothing like Legion's Call. There's nothing like doing this in person. And there's nothing like hanging out and visiting your friends and seeing the excitement.
Actually, I have a frequent dream, and I told that to my girlfriend to convince her to go earlier possible in the future to Legion's Con. I dream it many times to be a Legion's Con, to hang out with all of you. It was interesting to have this similar dream many times, no? To meet in person CB. CB is probably my first friend in this community. He introduced me in the show when I did in the line when I did the first interview with CB back in 2021. So will be mind blowing. So let's see what will happen. But speaking of have fun, I want to do other two things with you before to wrap the show. First of all, find the right stop motion with Arakagor, then sing the Mythic Legion song together, and then end the show. So let's see. Let's find out is this the right stop motion with Arakagor.
Swig, where are you? Where are you? I'm here, master, I'm here. You did some mistake. What happened with the magic fire? We need the magic fire, don't forget that. Don't forget the magic fire. Where is our prisoner? He's here. You can do that, Arizak. Yes, I can. I'm most powerful. Stop it, Arizak. I'm here. Really? Take him. No, you little goblin can do nothing, really? You can do nothing against me now! Oh yeah, we start to fight the magic fight, yeah! Take that, Samir! Take that! Oh no, my magic staff! No! No! Yeah, you are our prisoner! You both prisoner of us! Ha 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 ha!
So I don't know where is Arakagor. Probably is another one that was too long to put in the stream. And by the way, these two figures, a little backstory. These two figures were a sample that the studio sent me to me for free. So that was also cool. As a YouTuber, awesome. Was not the first time. Also in the past, they sent me free figures. Was another good moment to me as a YouTuber because was a way to feel that they trust me in a little bit like a YouTuber. So was fun. That also for that. I have good memories for that. But now speaking of good memories, let's have a good memory of the show. Let's try to sing together. So put on everybody the mic, including you, Eric. I want to see your mic on because you need to sing the song because everybody sang the song in the show. So let's do it. Let's put also the lyrics. Some of you don't remember my lyrics. Remember, this part will be the highlight that we share in the next days on the on the social media, so on TikTok, on Instagram. So be on track. You find your allegiance
when you find your factions. You find emotions in the magic of the world.
In a mythic land, in a mythic space, in a mythic life. You can be an orc, you can be a knight, or even a skeleton.
Even a skeleton.
You find your allegiance.
You find your allegiance.
When
You find
got
it.
your factions.
When you got your factions.
You find emotions.
You find your emotions.
It's a magic world.
I need to practice this song more, Mr. Allen.
Yeah, we did it. However, this is the part that will be used as a reel to promote this show probably during the week. So I will share that. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Eric, to come back. Thank you especially to share with me your passion, your love for the line, and your feelings, because it's something that's really important to me as a writer. I love when people share themselves like this. I love the bond that they're feeling, because we are like a worldwide family. So thank you, guys. But don't go anywhere, because the end of the show, before the end of the show, will be just a little fun video, 60 seconds, and then we go off. And thank you again, Walter. Thank you again, Eric. Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Brett. And see you soon for another Mythic Legends part. Thanks for watching, my friends. And please smash that button, my friends. Please smash and subscribe. Help this channel to go to 100k subscribers, my friends. It's my dream. Please give me your love, guys. But also, guys, like, leave a comment, and share this video with your friends, guys. But also, my friends, consider become a patron to choose the next content of the channel. And also, my friends, become a member to be my guest in my show. That's right. And now you can see this video, or maybe this other video, or maybe another interview, reviews, unboxing, stop motion, tutorial, and more for you guys. So thanks for watching. Thank you so much, and subscribe, my friends. And so long, everybody. So long, my friends.